everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Knee Slappin' K-Pop podcast. I am Kayla, and today I am here with Maria.
Hey, y'all, this was a motherfucking lit year. 2016, let go.
And Sammi.
Hi.
Yeah, so today we're here for the best 10 songs of 2016, and this is one of the better years of K-pop, yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Honestly speaking, we do have some deep cuts on
We do
here,
have deep cuts that no one else would probably put on this list, but we needed to put them on this list.
We need to put them on here. They needed the representation.
Absolutely.
But, like, even the mainstream stuff was really good.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really liked it. Really enjoyed this year.
It's a year I forget about often. Like, 2017 I remember for being shit. 2015 I remember for being really, really good. 2016 gets a little lost in there.
This is when I was, like, full into K-pop. I started getting full into K-pop was this year. I was, like, aware of K-pop since, like, 2013, 2012. But I didn't really, like, fully get into it until 2016. So I was listening to, like, everything that was being thrown at me at this time.
No, this is still in that era where I listened to everything that came out.
Which is probably why we have so many deep cuts on the list.
Yeah. This was such a great year for me in terms of K-pop. This is so good.
The thing with the deep cuts is that, like, it's this era when we listen to everything, and the new era when we're, like, listening to it in real time.
Yeah.
And then when we're just, like, there's a couple years in there, like your 2019s and that, where I'm like, I don't remember what came out that year. That's been so long.
Yep.
And it was, like, 4 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, no, this year is so fun. A lot of this year is just a lot of our favorites. Just doing more of our favorites.
Definitely.
That's, like, the theme of this year. That and deep cuts.
Deep cuts, yeah. The deep cuts are really
deep cuts you
really
forgot
good,
about.
yeah. Highly recommend all the deep cuts on this list.
I recommend everything on this list.
Well, I mean, clearly, it's our top 10 songs of the year, so...
Yes.
Like, everything on this list is great, honestly.
Yeah. Like, almost more so than some of our other lists where I'm like, 10 is fine.
Right. But this is like all 10 of these. Fantastic.
Thrive. Alright, so shall we begin with the number 10?
Number 10.
Number 10 is... This is me, correct?
Yes.
Number 10. Ooh. Starting off strong with a girl group finally we get to talk about in these lists that I think all three of us collectively really do enjoy. That I wonder... And that, honestly, over the years, I've grown to love a lot. But this is definitely one of their earliest hits that got me in, girl. And one could say it was just a day, just an ordinary windy day. Because at number 10, it is Windy Day by Oh My Girl. Oh, yes. Oh, this slapped. I mean, this was great.
It's no secret that we are big Oh My Girl fans.
Right.
Like, we're all big, they're probably one of our favorite current girl groups. Like,
still.
I mean, they're my favorite girl group of all time. I absolutely adore them. But I think overall, they just very consistent, found a style and kept going with it. And I think this was just Oh My Girl setting their standard.
Yeah.
Their style. This comes
it's like their third comeback.
It comes right after, because you had Cupid, you had
Closer, which
Closer.
iconic.
Yes,
so iconic. Yes. And then Windy Day is also iconic, but for different reasons. But it's just so much fun. It's so much fun, Windy Day. I really...
And also Liar Liar. Liar Liar is a little, like, not as into the whimsicalness of it, but Liar Liar fits a lot with Cupid.
Right.
But it all works together really well. I love Oh My Girl. Liar Liar from that year is also really good. Do recommend. If you want something a little more bouncy.
Right. This is just so pleasant and nice, this song.
Yeah.
I really love the instrumentals too for the chorus as well.
Instrumental is great. I think it sounds just like so pretty, and it's very like, I don't know the term for it, but like atmospheric, I guess, in a way, because it's very it's a lot of music video is like in nature and everything, and it's just very nice.
I also do think that fun instrumental, and that at least very much does elevate it, because this song can be very, very, it's low-key and it's fun and it's breezy, but it is also very simple, and I do think it gives it a little flavor, that instrumental. I don't know, it just feels very whimsical, and
yeah, this is
overall is very whimsical.
This is like very much the epitome of like the "oh my girl" like concept
style.
Or, yeah,
Yes.
Where it's very whimsical, very like fairy-like, just very pleasant.
Everyone just has a good time.
Yeah, everyone's just vibing.
It's all just a good time. Oh my girl's having a good time this year, because they also did Eyeing this year. That was very fun.
Some people hate that song, but I think it's
Some people
fine.
hate that song, but that song's also a cover.
It is. It's not.
So, if you hate that song, it's not.
Some people
all
also
Oh My
hate
Girl's
that
fault.
song, mostly not for "Oh My Girl," but for the other people who are like
For everyone else
on
involved.
the song.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, I get it.
I get
but,
that.
you know, I don't know. I've always liked Oh My Girl. I'm always going to like Oh My Girl. And this song is just like a perfect little capsule of what they do perfectly.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's just so lighthearted. It's so much fun. They look like they're having a time.
Here's the other thing.
really
Oh My
enjoy this
Girl,
concept.
even if they're not on our list, always on the short list for the list.
Yeah, on almost every
Always
single
an
year
option.
they're on a short list.
Literally.
Yeah.
So
Even
much
if they
fun.
don't make it, they're always there for an option.
All right.
All right. Shall we go on to one of our deep cuts?
Yep, we get the first deep cut.
This is probably the deepest cut. Because I don't think anybody's thought about this song. This song.
Yeah, it's pretty. The other one is
This is
also
the
pretty deep cut, but this is.
But
like,
the other one is more timely.
True.
This is just a
pretty
deep cut. So this is Queen by History. Who has thought about History in the last 5 years?
Not many
No
people.
one.
Not
other
really.
than
Not
us.
many people. Other than us, who think about History too often.
Too often, probably.
Oh yeah. Way too
We
often.
talk a lot about History, maybe not on podcasts, but
Off
just
podcast,
in
we
our
do a
lives.
lot. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, somehow they come up in conversation.
They
I'm
do.
very happy for them. They are one of the most underrated boy groups we've ever done. If you want commitment to concept, History did it. Might Just Die, Psycho, Queen, Thriving.
So good.
Mhm.
This song, so good.
So good.
The sax,
The sax is like
So-
popping off
the
the, whole
sax-
The
song.
sax is
thriving.
fun. This is how you do
the
a funky
sax is having such a good
sax.
time.
I think this is their last song too, like the
I
last
believe
promo title track.
Yeah, this is like their last thing.
They went
that
out with a
did.
bang. Gotta give them that. They went out
did.
with a freaking
They never didn't do bangers.
Mhm.
Only bangers.
Yeah.
This song is like, because like History has overtly sexy songs.
Right.
Look at Might Just Die.
Yeah.
This falls into like that weird sensual aspect of K-pop that I've come to realize we really like.
Yes, we do. We like when
we
it's not
constantly
just
gravitate there.
explicitly like abs in your face. Like that's not
Yeah.
really what we're
Not that there
into.
aren't abs in this video.
Right?
There's a lot
but
of
it's
abs
not,
in this
but
video.
It's different.
But
The vibe is different.
yeah, the abs is seductive and sensual. Not so much in your face.
Right.
Oh, it's so good. The sax really is the MVP.
The sax
in this.
is really adding so much to it. I remember I literally heard about this song from the Kville. It was on like the Kville song list or
Yeah.
whatever, and I heard like 10 seconds of it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds really good. Need to go look into it more. And I have loved it since then. It's a great song.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that History falls into that era of boy group within this era. Like they very much like it's like them, unique to a different extent. Your Mad Towns, your My Names, all of that
Yeah.
of like boy groups that were making bangers
Right.
and no one appreciated
And no one
them.
was paying attention to them.
No one
Yeah.
cared, and they just disappeared into the ether. And
And
then
no one cared when they disappeared into the ether.
Yeah.
And we never got any information. I
Yeah.
felt so bad. I
yeah.
felt abandoned a little
Yeah.
I
bit.
also
How dare you
feel
leave
like
me like this.
the
are a
music
little
video for this song is really well done. Like especially considering probably the amount of like low
considering
budget
it's got
they
like
had for
one.
it.
Considering the set is, you can tell the same set just being reused.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's got, and it's not like this song. You can look at it. It's not expensive in any way.
No,
but it's really good.
It's a really well shot and edited music video for what they had, especially considering how like new a group history was and was apparently dying when the song came out. So
yeah,
it looks nice. Like it holds up.
I think
like
the atmosphere is very nice.
Yeah, and it holds up watching it back. Years later.
If this came out like this year, I'd be like, no, this feels correct. It looks really good.
It does.
And I just think overall this song never got its flowers, and I think we need to give it its flowers.
We should
be
the most flowers.
We really needed to let people know that they were like really great boy groups that were making music in this period of K-pop that nobody remembers,
and no one cared.
Yeah, it's like I feel like
no one gave a shit.
When I got into K-pop, there was like this in an international fandom, like a pretty big following around these like more new boy groups like History. And like you said, like for like Mad Town and like Top Dog and all of those types of My Name, all of them. And I feel like there was like a big like if you're into like Nugu like rookie underrated
I feel like
boy
that
groups,
has
it was
like
a thing.
destroyed
that was
itself.
like really big at this period of K-pop.
Yeah, and then now no one cares except us, and I feel so like. I feel like being a Nugu boy group now is so much more difficult.
It's different, and it's way
Not
different.
Even more difficult, but like
the culture surrounding it as well, I think, is also so different than it was now. Because I feel like in 2016, it almost felt like all of those groups came together in like a clump. And now, if you're standing like a Nugu rookie boy group, it's
you're
like
really standing
you're
that
just
group.
standing one
but also,
group, and like you don't see a lot of support for the other groups just within like.
Well,
the
here's
one
the other
group
thing. I think at least as an international fan. Back then, K-pop was such a niche hobby that, like, if you're into the one niche, you're just gonna look more into it.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's like, well, if you stand BTS or, like, a big group, or, like, even, like, an SM group or anything like that, you don't need to care. So you're not gonna go into your niche.
Right, right.
So I feel like there was almost more popularity for these groups when K-pop was a smaller community.
Probably because I think the general K-pop fan at the time was probably more willing to look into the not as popular groups, whereas now I think...
And the groups that didn't have to be, like, spoon-fed to them through, like, other means. Like, now, like, you can get it from, like... You can watch any late night show. You can get it from any YouTube video, just like them doing American television.
Right. And I also feel like because K-pop is so much more accessible, also it's oversaturated since 2016 for sure.
Groups.
There's way more groups now.
Very oversaturated.
But I also feel like there is an element of stan culture where it's hard to just hear a song from a group and like just appreciate the song.
Yeah.
And like I feel like a lot of people feel responsibility to like stan groups like as soon as they figure out they like them.
Because here's the thing. Back in the day, do I know any member of History or My Name's name?
Not.
No. But like, do I know more songs of theirs than your average K-pop fan, or like even your K-pop fan from that era? Absolutely, because I liked their music.
And it's weird because I feel like the lack of accessibility to it in a way made it easier to just appreciate the music of a group and really like that. And then that was enough for you to be a fan of and that was enough to be a fan of the group. You didn't have to know every single person.
Yeah,
to be considered a good fan of the group.
Yeah. Yeah, honestly, History should have been on peak time.
Probably.
Yep.
Real talk.
They're not together. Like, the thing is that they're not together at all, like, to the point of even being on a peak time. Like, they're just done.
Okay, but look at all the groups who disbanded who are on peak time right now.
Yeah, but that's because some of the members wanted to do that.
True.
I think everyone in History went and got day jobs.
That's true. I don't know if I don't know if they probably want to leave that behind them.
They're probably done.
Yeah.
They were good.
Oh, but they were so good, though.
I know, I miss them. A lot of these groups that we're going to talk about, it's like, I very much miss them. And
now
the type
we're in the
of music
era
they were
of,
making.
like, as we keep going back, less of these groups will have existed or have a chance of ever making a comeback.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And it makes me so sad.
Oh, yeah, so they disbanded, like, almost exactly a year after Queen came out.
But I don't think they didn't do anything.
They didn't do anything in between that, no. That was it. That was the end. All right.
So that's number 8.
At number 8, we have a returnee to the list. We have Taemin.
Not a deep cut.
Not a deep cut. Taemin with Press Your Number.
Taemin cut, because
deeper
no one talks about this
Taemin
song.
cut, yeah, sure.
Because this is the era of Taemin.
First comeback it was.
It's his first comeback, but it was also the era before Move essentially made every song just have to be like
the cultural reset of Move, yeah.
Like a reset of his career that was Move, where like now everything kind of falls into more of the mood era rather than this sounds completely different than what he's been putting out.
Oh yeah.
And every comeback since Move.
Mm-hmm.
But this still also feels like Taemin as well. This still
it does,
feels like
no,
Taemin.
it does feel like Taemin. I'm just talking musically and
Feels
aesthetically. It's very
yeah.
different than what he's doing now.
Yes.
And honestly, this is still one of my favorite Taemin songs.
Oh,
I've
so
talked about
good.
this song.
It's so
It's
good.
so good.
So good. Oh,
It's more
so hot.
in a weird way. I almost find it more dramatic than the one he's doing now. This one has like an inherent like sensuality as opposed to sexuality.
Oh yes.
As opposed to his current stuff. Love that we keep bringing up the word sensuality in these lists because that's apparently one of the only things we like.
He is very
sensual.
sensual.
Don't be sexy.
Right.
Be sensual.
He's very sensual.
Specifically.
That's probably the concept of like the two of us being asexual. That is like the hardcore, just like explicit sexuality.
I'm not
is
asexual.
not the market for us.
She said too.
I'm the straight one of this group.
Fun. We're also straight.
Like I'm not asexual though, so I'm like the not normal, but like I'm just like the atypical straight person. Y'all are the I don't know. You got the edge to you, you know.
Yeah.
We got the edge.
You got the edge to you. I'm like thinking, how can I word this in a good positive way? You got the edge to you.
I like it.
I like it.
But also,
yeah, because
I
I feel like that is very true. Because I don't think like ever explicitly sexy concepts ever appealed to me that much. So
I mean,
they do appeal to me.
There are certain sexy concepts that I enjoy, but honestly, so many of them sound so try hard.
yeah,
that's the part that like I'm just like, all right. But also, I also do think a lot of times a very explicitly sexy concept comes at the expense of the song.
yeah, that's true.
Because the song, usually you do a sexy concept when you're song shit.
Right.
True.
And like
Because that's all you got.
When that's the entire concept of the song, like for me, that's not a big enough appeal to make up for the lack of the song. So
Yeah.
but anyway,
Because like I can get abs anywhere.
Right.
I don't need it to
True.
come from here.
right.
I don't need it from you.
But anyway, Taemin.
It's why
Taemin
yeah,
great.
Taemin doing a great
Taemin
job.
great.
Yeah, he's doing great. I was about to say, I don't know if
this
he
video
has abs,
also-
but he's doing great.
Gorgeous.
The music
This
video is so
gorgeous.
good.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. Oh yes. So good.
It makes it's just the most assortment of random images.
Mhm.
But it's beautifully well
yes,
put together.
It is. It really is. But also, I want to say before we move on, shout out to Drip Drop as well, because that was
Drip
pretty
Drop's
sensual
great,
as well.
too.
Drip Drop's also really
No
good.
music video, but it was like a performance video, but still really nice.
I think this whole era of Taemin, like this the Press It album, I think is phenomenal. Maybe one of my favorite albums. Maybe my favorite. I don't know if I want to go with it so far, but I do think Press It might be my favorite solo SM artist album.
Ooh.
Up there with my favorite SM albums ever made.
Mm-hmm.
All the tracks on that, phenomenal. You can really see, listening to that between like Mystery Lover and Sexuality and all of that, you see where Taemin goes immediately from this to Move. It's all there.
Right.
It's there, but it's so good. It's probably my favorite solo SM album.
Mm-hmm.
It really is a fantastic solo SM album. Like, it's, oh, God. Solid shit, man. Taemin just keeps
always
winning.
making bangers. Always making the bangers.
Win. So win. You know what else makes a banger, though? And frankly, God, I wish we could have had a comeback for this before
I really wish
someone
we could have had
bounced.
anything else. Yeah.
I wish we could
anything
have
else
had
from them.
Maria,
Anything else
before he
more.
left, they had years to make
They
it
had
and they
so
didn't.
many
Exactly.
years to,
That's
they
why
had
I'm
so
like,
many
ugh,
years to bring it back.
What could have been? But for the one time it happened, I'm glad it did. Because at number 7, we have Hit Me by the short-lived, what do you call it? Subgroup or subunit of Bobby and Minho forming Mob. Oh yeah,
Mom
this was great.
such a good project.
This was a
Mom
great
gave us
project.
such fucking bangers.
This was so much fun.
So good. I
Because
love
Mom
that.
gave us Hit Me, it gave us Full House, it gave us Hold Up, and it gave us Body.
So good. Just absolute banger
Incredible.
songs all
So
around.
great.
It
So
gave us
good.
those 4 songs. Incredible.
Only
I still
4
don't...
songs and they were all great.
This
I
was also
know.
great too because both of these two back to back were on Show Me the Money consecutively. So this was a great way to promote them.
Yeah.
Even though I don't think the subunit did as well as they wanted to, hence
Which
why I
is
don't
probably
think
why
they
we
continued
didn't get
subunit.
Probably why it
anything
never
else
came back.
again
Which is
from them.
unfortunate. I wish it did
But
better
it's
because this was
such-
great.
It's such a good little... It's just like a good party song for like a house party.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not a club, but like a house party.
Right.
A house party. indeed.
Thrive.
I love the music video for this song.
I
It's
know.
just so fun. Like they're
I
just
love
having
the
a fun
like
time.
minute-long interlude of them in the cab.
And the cab just talking to the cab driver.
Having a good time.
And then
Having a
also them
great
in the
time.
back of a pickup truck, like the police are getting called because they're in the middle of the street on a standing up on a pickup truck.
God.
It's so good. I mean, there's also something to be said about just making a very fun, good party song.
Oh yeah,
You need those in
we
your
need
life.
more of that.
You do.
You don't need to, and not everything needs to be about your trauma or like bad, like it's K-pop. Sometimes I just want a party song.
Just want a party song. And it's like this. I think was a subunit people have wanted since like Win. And it took a while till we actually got the subunit to begin with, and I feel like it really, for me, it really did not disappoint. Like I really liked
absolutely
everything
not.
that
It was
came
so
from
good.
it. Yeah,
I also love, this is one of the better uses of, it's not a YG ending chorus because they're not singing the chorus of this.
right.
But the ending where they just have like a crowd of people singing together.
It's so fun.
Just a good time. It
It's
just
just
fits
so
the
fun.
song so well. It works so well. Just a good time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I really wish we
And-
got anything else from them, even
So
if it
much
was just
from
like a
them.
one-off single or just literally
know.
anything else.
Oh, and it was just such a good time to watch. They looked like they were having fun. I was having fun.
Yeah. The Minnow Bobby dynamic, I feel like that has always been really fun.
Oh, Full House was fun too. I kind of stupidly love Full House.
Minnow song he's ever done.
It's a great
Body's so
Minnow
good.
song.
Body is so
Body
good.
is great.
Hold Up is fun. I
Hold Up
really
is
like
not my
Full
favorite
House too a
Bobby
lot.
song, but it's really still
Hold
good.
Up is not. No, I wouldn't say Hold Up is my favorite Bobby song. I wouldn't even say Hold Up is in my top 5 Bobby
right,
songs.
but it's still fun.
But it's very
good.
good. Body is the best Minnow song by like so like. To me, it's not close.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah, I get
but
it.
Otherwise, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
This is just like both of them like at their peak and having a great time,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed that.
Maybe even at their peak of no, this is before Love Scenario,
Yeah.
but one of their peaks of popularity.
This is for really too, so it's before both of their peak popularity.
But in group popularity, I'm talking like it's post Show Me the Money, so like
Yeah.
they're as public figures,
Right.
Yeah, this is a good time. It's such a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I like a good time. Honestly, love this entire project was so good, and I do wish YG could have capitalized on this so much more than they did.
I know. I don't know why. I guess it is probably because it was less popular than what they wanted, but I can't imagine that it was an unpopular subunit.
No, maybe. And I think post really end Love Scenario, I do think that they would have seen a lot more
Right. It would have been more so
return coming out of this.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they debut them and expected them to be like GD and top levels of popularity, which I think is unrealistic for them.
No,
yeah.
because that's not how that was gonna go.
Right.
Especially also considering that this is like an intergroup subunit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
One of the only ones that does that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6 is the first time I think we've talked about this group on an official capacity.
We have.
But a group that we talk about
Often.
so often.
So often.
So often.
So often.
This is the first look at Card. This is Card with Onana. This is one of Card's pre-release tracks.
It's the first
so
ever
good,
thing
though.
we get out of Card, and they really came out of nowhere. Like
And they came out this. I remember this came out the same day that Big Bang came back with "Fuck You."
yeah,
Mhm.
the same day. And it's like the end of 2016. It's December. And I get both of these songs, and I'm like, oh, there's 2 new songs, okay. And I listen to Fuck You. And then I listen to this, and I'm like,
damn.
Why was this better?
It's better.
Not that Fuck You's a bad song, but I'm like, what the fuck is this?
And this came out of nowhere.
So good.
And it was,
Yeah.
I feel like the expectations were already low because it was a co-ed group, and we've seen the history of co-ed groups and how that has gone.
Yeah,
in the
that
past.
just goes so poorly.
But then they just came out of nowhere, and I'm like, and they like nailed it. I'm like, this is the correct concept
Absolutely
for a
nailed
co-ed
it.
group. This is an amazing song. Like, it was so
And then,
good.
like, not only did the concept so well, but, like, just the interaction between co-ed group, they looked like a cohesive group, unlike most co-ed groups, which looked like either collaboration or looked like they were, like, fragmented points of a group, like, not interacting, no one, like, looks at each other. Now we just have, like, they also seem to come out with, like, Card, there's obviously adaptations to it.
Mhm.
It's changed a little bit over time. But this is the same kind of sound Card's doing now.
Yeah, this is the Card sound.
Card
the
has
tropical
this
house.
is the Card sound.
Yeah.
Keep it coming.
Mhm.
Keep it. You're the last beacon of hope, Card. You're the only thing holding it up.
And then it was like pretty soon after like the addition of Card, like people just like got to know who Big Matthew is as a person, and that was also
and had a great time.
Yeah, great time with that.
It's such a good time to have. Big Matthew is such a good time.
Mm-hmm. He's so fun,
and it was like they were having so much fun from the beginning.
Right.
Like this song has like twerking in it, and it's like the most like just having a good time thing.
Right.
And there's like, I don't know, there's just something about Card. It's infectious joy, is all I can say about it. Infectious joy.
Right. And it's like not in a way, like the song is like not co-ed or sexy in a way that is creepy at all. Like,
no.
it's very,
again,
very
the thing
good
I will give
job
Card
with
is
it.
the same dance move, with obvious, like, differences there. The same dance moves that the girls do, the boys do.
Yeah.
Or at least an equivalency there. Like, everything is just above bar and on par.
Yeah.
With Card. And they're just having a good time.
Mm-hmm. Having a great time.
I know. I love the fact that the dance choreography video has like triple the views of the music video.
Right.
It's but also you can't see anything in that music video.
Yeah. It is dark.
Yeah, it's
the
so
music
dark.
video is dark.
Also, that chick who was like the replacement chick on Tara was in that music video.
Yeah.
And she also got into her own scandal. That's what I remember about her. She got into her own scandal. I think because she said something allegedly it was like to some other actress on some show that allegedly it was too informal, and then the other actress went the fuck off on her or something like that. I don't know.
I think that's a different person you're thinking
That's
of.
a different
Are
person.
you sure?
Yeah.
Because I thought that was her.
Think so.
I don't know.
I don't think that was
Because I
her.
know of that scandal that happened, but I don't think it was her.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that was her.
I don't know. It could be wrong, but I either that or I think
Take
she was
everything
also.
we say with a grain of salt.
I think the
people.
Kara person though was also on that Back to 90s episode when she was like the replacement for like I think what was it Cool I think for the female singer because she couldn't make it so they stuck her on there. I feel like it's the same person. This has to be the same lady, but she wasn't too bad in this either.
I mean, this is a pre-debut project. I think they were still working out the kinks of what Card was going to be, and then this just blew up with the people that it was, and everybody was just so.
So I think what GSP was
the original concept
planning was that there was going to be a hidden feature in every song, and I think GSP was planning to have that carry interest in the group. But then they debuted and they were so interesting on their own that they didn't need that anymore.
Because again, I think as you went on, because then they did not You and Me. What is that song called? Don't Recall. Right afterward, and that was so well, like everything about Card was just so well received.
Right.
Especially in their pre-debut era, that everyone was just like, we don't need gimmicks. Just give us Card.
Right.
The co-ed gimmick as it is already enough. I had such a good time with them.
Right.
Oh, I love Card. Now they'll never leave because they're done with their military service because only one of them needed to do it.
Right, I know, how convenient. Seriously.
The other thing with Card is also they're a very small group with very interesting people. Like the dynamic there and like the very almost sibling-like dynamic between the members. One, thank God, because it just saves so much drama. Like, thankfully.
Yes.
In a 4-member group.
Right.
thank God, everything went so well. There's so much room for error. But they did, I don't know, they're just such a good time. They're all interesting. They're all very vibrant people. And the dynamic worked, which is, I think one of the things that
biggest
worries
thing,
you about.
that was concerning
one
about
of
a
the-
co-ed group.
That's the thing about a co-ed group, is that there's so much room for error. Especially with such a small co-ed group, because I feel like a lot of the older co-ed groups were extremely large, and for some reason uneven in numbers.
Right.
Yes.
Why were there, like, 2 more women than there were men? Like, why was everything uneven numbers? I mean, a lot of these come back in future years, so, like, they're not necessarily a thing here. But I recommend all of the card pre-release tracks. Don't Recall, Rumor, their debut with Hola Hola, all of it. Recommend all of it.
It's so good.
Alright, so...
Number 5.
A very topical group.
Very topical group, another deep
Yes,
cut at number 5.
actually.
Maybe, honestly, here's the thing. If you're not watching one particular show...
Then it's not topical.
This is
Yeah.
not topical for you, and also maybe almost a deeper cut than history.
Definitely.
That's true.
So at number 5, we have 24K with Bingo. I feel like this is a song we've talked about a lot.
This is not the same 24... Yes, we talk about 24K so often.
do.
Ahead of their time.
Absolutely ahead of their time. What a shame for them.
We have at some point attempted to make an entire episode around some sort of topic that could cause us to have just like a 20-minute conversation about how 24K was ahead of their time.
Oh, yeah.
And we've never been able to come up with the episode for that.
Yeah.
But this is not the same 24K as on peak time.
Right.
Every member in this group is different, but it's a banger.
Oh yeah, it is a banger.
The song could have come out last year and I'd believe you.
Right.
And it would be one of the best songs of last year.
Yeah.
It's very much precursor to noise music.
I don't even know if it's a precursor, if it is just noise music.
It is noise
just
music,
done
but it was before
in
it
2016.
was called that. It was before
Yeah.
that was a genre of music in K-pop that was popular.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so good.
We talk about the really just amazing storyline that is still 24K to Bingo in the music videos, and love that. That's so fun.
I know. The fucking it is one of the only like connected comebacks that actually works
It
because
works
like,
so
the
well.
storyline keeps going.
Yeah, and the storyline is
And
like
it has
so
such a
clear
bad
too.
ending.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the ending. It's really
The
something.
bad end. The fact that it has like a bad
It
ending.
has a bad ending.
Not a
yeah.
bad ending in terms of quality, but just a bad ending that
That everyone is
in
dead.
24K is dead.
Everyone dies.
Yeah,
one
everyone
kid?
dies.
Yeah, because of
Except
betrayal.
one kid.
Because of the
The
betrayal.
betrayal's there.
The portrayal of it all. They tried to have drama in a music video.
It's
Hey,
very
it
much
worked.
like the
It did.
lower. It's very much lower budget BAP one shot or skydive.
It
like,
is.
That's what this
Yes.
music
Yes,
video.
very much
like low
so,
budget,
but it
bad,
works.
But it's so good.
I think it works. I think that you establish the drama in Steel 24K.
yes.
You continue it on in Bingo.
And you
it
got the
comes to a
shocking plot
conclusion.
twist at the end.
Yeah, you don't have to reverse time like in one shot. It's
Right.
fine.
24K currently on peak time.
Yes.
Not
not the same group
not
in any
this,
capacity.
not
and
this
it makes
group
me
in
angry.
any capacity. This is a different.
No.
It's a different.
Every
group.
person that's
different
in
group.
this group is not there.
No.
Because they have its 24K.
Like
I
no
went
one's
through
there,
and
not
counted.
even the older one.
No.
No, because
So
the,
it's
because
Sheep
the one member
Theseus,
who is
then.
still left from this era of 24K is in Tan because he was on Wild
Yes.
Idol.
Oh.
So and the other thing with this is that I went through their entire thing. Currently, 24K has 14 former members.
Yeah.
Wow.
14. At no point was 24K even a 14-member group. There
no,
are people that have come
absolutely
in
not.
and out.
This is
There are
truly like the epitome of a ship of
Of the
Theseus
ship of
group.
Theseus.
Like this is
Because
it.
the
It's
kids that are there
24K.
now are all new and were only added maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
a year ago.
This is
When
this
they're
is not
brand,
this
they're
is not,
children.
This is not Bingo.
These kids were
24K.
These kids were in elementary school when Bingo came out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're children. I feel so bad for the members of 24K. They do
Yeah.
not deserve
I
this. They do
know.
not deserve for their history to be erased like
They
this.
did not.
They do
Yeah.
not
They
deserve their
make
legacy
only
to
they
be
are
erased.
they are the
It's unfortunate.
forefathers of the current massive sound of K-pop.
Yep.
and they
do not
deserve to be recognized.
They do not deserve this like erasure of their history as a group.
They do not, man.
The
they
rewrite,
don't, man.
the fucking rewrite of their own history.
What I can
How
say
dare.
is at least Peak Time was like at least knowledgeable enough that they put 2-4K in the group of contestants who are brand new. They did not stick 2-4K with here are the old men groups who are coming back for comeback. They at least didn't do that.
Enough. They at least at least acknowledge that they are a group that had a lot of member changes,
and that none of the members that debuted
are
in the group
original
are there.
members,
yeah.
because they would have been, I don't know, 6 when the original lineup of 2-4K happened.
We actually don't know how old some of the members in current 2-4K
but they
are.
look very young.
They look really young.
They look like the ones we do know are like max 20 years old, but look about 15.
Yeah.
Like, they're very young looking.
Right.
And they do not fit the concept of this group.
They don't. I don't think Peak Time is ever going to have the groups cover their own songs.
They should.
Considering they don't tell us who the groups are.
They won't tell us who the groups are until what appears to be the finale.
But I can't even imagine what they would do if they had to cover a 2-4K song, because the current iteration of 2-4K did not release music as that.
They only have one song, and it's really bad.
And it's like, I can't imagine if they're out there and they have to form Bingo, like all of a sudden, like that seems
here's the thing, going through it. Because here's the thing. They can't perform Superfly. That involves too much thrusting.
A lot of things going on Superfly.
A lot of things going on. They can't perform Still 2-4K because you're not Still 2-4K.
You're absolutely not 2-4K.
You're fake 4K for all I know.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they can do the really early cute 2-4K songs that no one remembers.
Yeah, but I don't really want them doing that.
But who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know. I truly just think it's like so sad what
sad
happened to
for
this
2-4K.
group.
And it's so weird to say that a group that was as unknown as 2-4K had such a huge impact on K-pop, but they truly did, and no one acknowledges it.
And no one cares.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Superfly, another one that's like just could have been made yesterday. Could come up.
Just
Hey You.
Loud and in your face.
So many of these songs could have been made next week, and I'd be like, yeah, no, that makes sense.
Yeah. They did release a lot of music.
They did release a lot of music, and none of it went as far as it could, as it should have. To be honest, as it should have.
I know. It's sad. Very sad.
But yeah, no, Bingo. Phenomenal.
Amazing.
Incredible.
Truly
iconic.
such a great duo of songs.
Yeah, Still 2-4K and Bingo. While I do think Bingo edges it out.
Yeah.
Still 2-4K, another phenomenal song that
right.
They would have released Bingo like a little later. Still 2-4K would have been on this list.
Yeah.
We just needed to also give 2-4K their flowers.
We did. We really needed
this iteration of 2-4K, not the one on Peak Time.
Not even original version of 2-4K, but whatever this iteration of 2-4K
but
is,
I think
great.
this iteration of Peak Time at least still has maybe one or two original members in it.
Right.
Because Corey's still here.
Corey's there.
Corey's still there. So there's at least one or two original members of 2-4K.
Right.
In this iteration. Unlike what could have been. Unlike what is in there now.
I know.
Because even the kid that's in Tan isn't even an original member of 2-4K.
No,
he's an
not.
added kid.
He was an added one, yeah.
Ugh. This group is trugging along and it's almost so sad.
It really is sad that it's they refused to give up.
They refuse,
the name of
but not even they.
This company just refused to let the name 2-4K go, and it's why can't we just let them we could leave this behind and let them have a great legacy?
And maybe let this group start without the baggage of 2-4K.
Right.
You'd think that, but it's brand recognition name apparently.
Probably can't even do the songs because they're children.
Yeah, that too.
Moving on to a group that's had a far more lively career than 2-4K, unfortunately. Fortunately for them.
Yeah.
All right, but yes, girls, ladies, extremely much more recognizable career. One could say some of the best, most well-rounded idols in the industry as we know it. The one, the only, 17 with very nice. fun horns.
Oh, fun
Horns.
such fun horns, such fun dancing. Very bouncy.
Very.
I use that word a bunch in this
It
thing,
is
but
bouncy.
it's
It is very bouncy.
like-
Yeah, I would say that's a good description.
It just seems like a good time.
Yeah, very fun.
Mm-hmm.
What a great song.
Also, as we learned, a very difficult song to sing.
very difficult.
As we've
song
seen try to be
sing.
covered.
Well, yeah,
This song,
yeah.
so many shows attempt to cover the song.
Mm-hmm.
And so many shows
The
have
problem
a hard time.
with whenever you cover a 17 song is that people forget that 17 just has like a DK and a sequel that can hit any note they want to with ease.
and then just don't think to like change some octaves around because
Right.
they can't hit those
Yes,
notes.
correct. Yeah.
Because the thing with that is that song being sung in original pitch is very difficult, and
difficult.
sounds kind of weird when other people struggle.
yeah.
It does,
because
yeah.
they're hitting
Because
it with such ease that it seems like they're not even trying because they're hitting
The
it
thing
so
with it
easily.
is, because they're hitting it with what appears to be their normal voice,
right.
Yes.
but everyone else is
Struggling.
no,
Their
it's
voice
honestly
becomes such a
interesting how
whisper.
everyone fucks up
everyone
the high
becomes
pitchness.
they're almost whispering the
Yeah.
high notes because it's like
Yeah.
their voice, it goes into head voice, yes, but it's also the one that hits that note isn't necessarily DK and Sungkwan, it's also Joshua,
yeah.
who's
Yeah.
also like has that higher register. And like everyone's thriving.
It's like
Except for
they
some
really
people.
discount how high pitched 17 songs are because that is just naturally where 17's vocal range is
Where
at.
they
Yeah,
land.
they are high. I forget how high they can go. Vocally.
Yeah. And like a bunch of that's why I've also seen a bunch of girl groups cover this song,
Yeah.
and they cover it fine.
Because
Because
they
they can
also
hit those
live in that
ranges
higher
normally.
register.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
opposed to like not even just Boys Planet, but I've seen covers of this by like Golden Child's covered, and Golden Child doesn't have bad vocalists, but they
Right.
don't have that pitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
Like it's interesting. I love a dance cover of this. The song's
Right.
also such a good. Everyone does a dance cover of this, and it's always just so fun. The suspenders are a great prop.
They are.
I
the
think
suspenders
overall
are
this is
suspenseful and cute, and it's giving 50s a little bit, but a little
It's
bit
giving-
of cool. It's
again,
giving
it helps-
horn.
it works with the dance. It brings the dance such a good little fun vibe to it
Right.
when
Mhm.
they're able to just sort of like have suspenders, make it a little different. I love a prop. We love a prop.
Mhm.
We do love props.
The thing with 17 is that the weird thing with 17 is that all of their songs look simple.
And then you try
And
to
then
cover,
they're
you
not.
watch other people cover them, and I'm like, oh, this is not easy
Because
at
like
all.
this song, in terms of what 17 is doing, looks like a fun, bouncy, like
Right.
summer vibe, like chill with your friends type situation. And then you like look at someone trying to cover, and I'm like, oh shit, this thing looks like hard, difficult, and exhausting.
I know.
And that's like 17's little strong suit right there.
Yep.
I don't know. We talk about 17 so often on the show. What more can you give
We
like
do.
props to them? Like, what more do you say?
They're good. We like
They're
them.
good. They've always been good.
Yes. Yes, yes.
All right. Shall we move on to number 3?
Number 3.
Number 3.
So number 3 is the first time this group's appeared on here, even though we
Yeah.
talk about them incessantly.
They will be on the group or the list very much more often as we go farther back in time because they really didn't have any music up until this year.
Yeah.
Past this year, I guess, is the better term for it.
Yeah. Considering we're going backwards
Yeah,
in
we're going
time.
backwards
yeah.
in
I don't
time.
even know what.
They do not have any music post 2016.
Except one song that we
We do, but it
did make
doesn't
the
really.
list.
It was
Did make
in
the cut.
2018, and that was a really good year to begin with. So
Yeah. All right. So at number 3, we have Infinite with the Eye. Infinite. Oh, what?
so
Love
good.
Infinite.
They're so good. So
Oh
good.
gosh,
favorite
we finally get to talk about Infinite.
I know.
Infinite. So good.
Great vocals, great dancing, great everything. One of their the high octane drama in this.
The
Yes.
drama. It's
so
dramatic.
so
The
extra.
drama at an 11.
Truly very extra, but in the best way
In
possible.
a great way.
I love that it is one of the songs where their fucking rappers almost don't
There
rap.
is no rapping in this song.
There's no rapping in it.
Both their rappers are just fully on like main, like almost like lead vocal duty because they're just like
Yeah.
singing
Because they did-
more than like Sungjong or Sungyeol ever do. So
Which again, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What's
Honestly.
going on with those two? But still, Infinite, one of those groups that had, while I will not say that their rapping was awful, their rapping was somehow not even the strong suit of their rappers.
yeah,
Their
I've
rappers
said
were
this,
better
like,
singers than they were
multiple times
rappers.
that if Dongmu and Hoya both got trained as main vocalists, they could easily both be main vocalists. Like they have
Oh, absolutely.
the vocal abilities and the range for that. Like they're both
Yeah.
so good.
And then somehow they ended up in a rap
And they're both
duo.
of them are rappers. Yeah.
They ended up in a rap subunit.
This is a bit of a
But
deep
no.
cut in terms of like Infinite songs, because I don't think this is the Infinite song anyone like goes to immediately
No,
when you
this
think
is
about
not
Infinite.
the massive hit Infinite song.
Yeah,
would
I
say
think
this
people
goes-
forget about the eye a lot, honestly.
I mean, this was sort of
it's
the
not talked
last-
about.
This
when
is
you
the
talk
last
about-
full Infinite song because after this is when Hoya leaves the group.
Yeah,
And then they
right.
do
Yes.
Tell Me in 2018, and then that's really the last Infinite song we get.
Yeah, because they do what like one.
And they do Clock without
they do
Sungyu like
Clock
a
without
year later, and
Sungyu.
then that's
and
it.
then they haven't done anything
and
since
then that's
then.
the end of it.
Yes. But otherwise, I would say that this is like a because again, with a lot of these groups, especially that we're talking about now, so many of these songs will be like not forgotten, but like an overlooked because when you're looking at like a full career
Yeah.
of a group, there's like your high points and like your mid points of songs. And this is sort of, I think, for many considered a mid Infinite song, but for me, it's always been one of my favorites.
It's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite K-pop choreographies
been really good.
ever. I think the choreography
Yeah, yeah, really
is
good
so, the
choreography.
I think it's so inventive because the entire
Yeah.
choreography is like based around them being like a hurricane and someone being in the eye of the hurricane, and I think they do such a
Yeah.
good job like expressing that through the choreography.
Yeah, it's a very good choreo. Again, I think that I think that it can get lost a little bit in the Infinite discography, but for me, it's always
one
for
of my
me, it's always been a
favorites.
standout.
Yeah.
I don't know. Then again, some of the ones that are a standout, I think are eh.
I love the
Yeah,
just
more
like the
mid.
strings in the song, like whatever. There's like
strings are very
strings in the
good.
like really strong like strings, and I love that always.
I also remember that this was very much in the height of theory era K-pop,
Oh yeah.
where everything had a theory.
Yep.
Yeah.
This was theory
Oh
era.
god,
Yes.
theory.
K-pop.
I mean, granted, it seems like a lot of things still have theories in K-pop, to be honest.
But,
with
like,
you,
it's
but-
not
it's
as
died down since,
prevalent
yeah.
now. Like everything had a theory that people were like actively talking.
I think
now
it's,
things
I
have
think
theories
lore
almost
has.
ironically.
I feel like lore has evolved to the point where now I think K-pop lore is external to the music, and it is just its own
Yes.
separate entity. Whereas back
Yes.
then, it was very deeply ingrained in the music videos of groups.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The lore is almost only in like now in like your
You have to
trailer
like look
situations
for
and
it elsewhere
gotta
other than the
look for it.
music. Yeah,
Yeah.
in a lot of cases.
We're essentially back to normal.
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
that is what pre-lore era was.
Right. Also, another thing that's interesting is that along with this also being a song that has like no rapping, it is also fully in Korean. There is no English.
Yeah, there's
in
no
this
English in
song
it.
either.
You don't notice it because like Infinite is not usually known for being like heavily English
right.
using group anyway. But yeah, you don't notice it the first couple times you hear it, but there is no
And that
English
is
in
like
it.
so uncommon in K-pop, just to
Yeah,
have
you
a song
almost-
fully in Korean.
It's almost so common that you don't even process that it's when it's not there.
Right.
Where I'm just like,
Yes.
oh shit. I don't know, like, because that sort of intertwines so much.
Yeah.
Fascinating. It's such a banger.
It's a great song.
It,
all around.
weirdly,
good.
as in a weird way, because you could almost call this in a weird way an Infinite Goodbyes. Like, not that Infinite disbands for another. Not that Infinite actually technically has
Infinite
disbanded,
has disbanded,
but also
like, this is really what I consider
this
like,
is the end of the Infinite era.
Basically,
Yeah.
yeah.
And honestly, for the end of the Infinite era, what
Not
a way
too
to go
bad.
out!
Oh, so good. It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous,
Alright,
gorgeous.
So,
Number dos.
our girls.
Number 2.
For the ladies.
Finally time for another girl group on the list.
But,
As we go
y'all.
backwards, I feel like there's almost less women. There's like an era of women, and
This is
we've
not
gone
we've
past
we've
it.
left the era of women
We've
in
left the era-
2016.
There was a couple years that were an era of at least like 3 girl group songs a year.
Yeah.
I think we've left that
we've
behind.
left it behind.
And also we've left it behind currently.
Yes, absolutely. Then number 2, we have I Like That.
Another one of our
We
favorite
do.
women.
It's I Like That by Sistar.
Oh, this was a great song.
So
Literally.
good.
Ugh.
This is my
So
I
good.
wanted
this is
to
my
do more
favorite
of this
song because I love
concept.
it.
We did more summer music. And I know it's an
Well,
unpopular
they were the only
opinion.
queens of summer.
Yeah.
I know.
This
I know
is
it's
also
an
the last.
unpopular opinion.
Speaking like
Oh
infinite
yeah,
of
it's
like
kind of
the last.
It is.
This
it
is the
isn't,
because
but it is in a
It
way.
is and it isn't. Like they will go on to do Lonely in
But that's
20,
like a disbandment song.
17, but that is their disbandment song, and
Yeah.
it's also not a summer song in any
Right.
capacity. It's sad. It's very sad.
Yes.
But this is truly speaking, this is one of the last K-pop summer bangers.
Yeah.
Like, the next year you would have, like, Red Flavor, which would kind of take it up for, like, another year, but this is the last of, like, one of the big the summer song.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It's very
Also,
sad.
summer songs that actually came out in summer, this comes out in June.
Yes.
Summer songs should come out at the beginning of summer,
A
so you
clear
can listen to them
summer song.
through the summer.
Exactly.
If you're putting your summer song out in mid-August, you have failed.
Yep.
Exactly.
Just saying.
Mhm.
I have a lot of opinions on the summer songs, considering one of my favorite girl groups was the Queens of Summer
Yes,
songs.
yes.
That is true.
Icons. Honestly, look at them.
I love
They
this song
looked so
much.
good. They looked hot. They looked fantastic. They were
But
killing
like the
it.
song is so good.
So
Yes.
good.
Works so well. Sister is one of the this is also the first time I'm talking about Sister on one of these lists.
Yeah.
Sister is actually one of the only. We talk a lot about how sexy concepts don't work for us because they seem forced, and it's the added bonus of a lot of times when they do sexy concepts with girl groups,
It's
they seem
exploitative.
forced
Yeah.
in the worst way.
Yep.
Yes.
Sister never felt like that.
No.
They always look like they're having a good time, and even now post Sistar era, and we see what all of them do on their own, it still fits within that Sistar concepting,
Yeah.
which makes me just extra believe that this is just the
They're
concept
just
that
like strong,
the company
confident,
and the girls
sexy
wanted
women,
to do.
and that's
Yes.
great for them.
Which is great.
And also, they're adult women,
Yeah.
yes, that too. Because it was sexy in a way that I didn't feel exploitative.
No, it didn't feel like that was the main selling point. It was
No.
it felt like they were doing it because they liked it and they thought it was fun.
Yeah.
They're very confident about it. And
Because,
that's like the only time that concept is ever gonna work well for a girl group.
Yeah.
Is when it's not
Or
being
for any
forced.
group to begin
Yeah.
with. Like, even the boy group, sometimes it feels a little
We'll get to
I
that
don't know,
on
I
a
just
whole
love this
episode
one.
later this year.
Yeah.
We have that schedule. That's penciled in. Don't worry about it. Oh, we have a lot of the end of this year is going to be
The end of this
a
year
wild
really
ride.
takes a turn at the end of the year.
After we stop having like
Voice Planet and shit.
Boys
yeah.
Planet and all that other stuff, we go in a direction.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I truly think they're unbeatable in that sexy concept way, in that they look like they're having a good time.
Uh-huh.
They're selling it well, and I don't know. There's something about just the way their sexy concepts are handled that seems like they're handled with care
Uh-huh.
and not with exploitation. Like with we have to make these girls look as sexy as possible. And what are we allowed to get away with while still making this a music video?
Uh-huh.
As opposed to a Sistar concept, which seems like it has thought and planning. Like, they treat it like any other comeback.
Right.
The sex is not what's selling.
Mm-hmm.
They just also happen to be absolutely hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, it's like I get a lot of sensuality from their concept, actually, but like confidence.
Right. It comes with like the
too.
confidence. It's like it feels very
Yes.
different than
They're
another
so
group we talk about, which is Stellar. Like
Yes.
there's a clear difference there in like the
And before
vibes
anyone
and the
says
music.
anything, Stellar has blatantly said themselves that they were not fans of that concept.
Right.
That's not
Yes.
us saying Stellar's a bad group. That is us saying that Stellar did not want to do that concept.
Right.
Because also, they are almost the poster child of sexy concepts that are not done with care and thought in mind. They're done with, what can I get away, like, what can I show in this video?
Uh-huh.
While it's still being allowed to be before it goes, but where's the line? They're finding the line.
Yeah.
I'm like, when you're looking for the line, maybe you've already crossed it.
Right.
Are we ready?
I mean, here's the thing. This is one of the best K-pop songs ever made.
I'm pretty sure I was extremely horny when this released. I'm just being honest with you right now. That was just so hot. This was dripping. This number one song was dripping in hotness and sexiness for me. That was just like, wow. Men are fine. It was a lot when I was younger. Oh, it was a lot. But, like, I really enjoyed that. This song. But I agree, Sammi. 100%. 1,000%. 1,000,000%. One of the best K-pop songs of all time. This was pure genius. It still makes me upset I missed out on concert tour for this song.
Let's introduce it.
Yes, I know. We gotta introduce it.
So, at number 1, we have
BTS.
With Blood, Sweat, and Tears, aka Pitanomul. Ugh, that shit was hot.
so good.
So hot.
So good.
It's very good.
So hot.
Honestly, I think it's still the best BTS song they've ever made.
Oh my god, the
love it.
Victorian
This
era colors.
The Wings album is
The
like
Wings album is one of the
magnum
best
opus.
K-pop albums that exist. Like that
I
album
literally.
is
It might be
phenomenal.
the best one.
The
It's
peak.
so good.
I also think it's one of the best repackages too, but of course the repackage was a really
repackage
sad
Repackage
one.
has
is also
my
great, yeah.
Somehow the repackage has my favorite BTS song ever
Yeah.
made.
It's one of the few repackages I also feel like further
It
enhances an already
enhances
great
it.
album.
It does
Like,
really well.
oh,
It truly
God.
is BTS's magnum opus, I think.
It's
I
so
do think that
iconic.
this is just so well put
It's
together.
so good.
like when I think of BTS, this is what the fuck I think of. Like this
This
is
is
what
iconic.
I think of.
Absolutely iconic.
God,
Amazing.
where did we get in this music video too? In the song,
The music video
it's
is
just
gorgeous. It's so
Absolutely
it's so
beautiful.
beautiful.
fucking
And, like,
gorgeous.
I mean, we talked about lore in Infinite. The
The
lore
lore.
in this. Oh my god, the lore
The
era
lore.
was
the
V
fucking
the devil this
lore.
whole time? Maybe.
This is not
I
quite
guess.
as in-depth lore as one of their earlier songs, but the lore is
No, but somehow
here.
the lore all fit together.
Yeah.
Is it
Somehow.
like how does it connect
the
with
lore
the other
is
lore?
out
And
in
I'm
full
like,
force here.
I think this is more symbolism than anything else,
Right.
considering we have the Last Supper going
And I
on.
think this was also 7 years
And
ago,
Jin
guys.
kisses a statue, and everyone's like, "What does that mean?"
Jin kisses a statue, and then V is the devil.
on the lips of
Who
the
knows?
statue, on the fucking lips. Okay, guys, not just
but
kissing
also
a
then
statue.
V is the
V is the
Archangel
devil.
Lucifer fallen from heaven. and then
Someone
they had
shooting
that-
a
And then
bow
the
and
last supper,
arrow.
and then they have the Last Supper.
The Last Supper.
Jimin is
Who's
blindfolded.
Jesus?
What was that? Was it that MMA performance where
Oh,
they also
yeah.
essentially was MMA or was it the Mama?
think
I forget.
I don't remember which one.
Yeah, Jimin was dancing blindfolded. I know that.
It was one. No, I'm talking specifically about the one where, because that was the one where they do again the reference to V being
Yeah,
the
I
devil.
know what you're talking about.
I think it was
Was
Mama.
that
I'm
the-
pretty sure it was Mama.
Oh,
It's one
I
of
don't
those
remember.
year-end award shows.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was Mama's. Yeah, it was the Mamas.
Because I'm watching MMA and they're also performing Fire, and it's just very much like
Yeah,
they're
no.
doing it. Yeah,
Yeah, V is somehow the devil and then just hugs Jin. Cool. From the back. But yes, it's a lot. Phenomenal song. Absolutely incredible. Magnum opus. Everyone sounds amazing. Everyone looks amazing.
Yes. The music video was also like a full 6 minutes long.
Oh no, it's there is somehow the beginning is like there's a minute long intro.
Yeah.
And then you gotta like stop.
Then we have a little.
RM's got a monologue for a
the
hot
monologue,
second.
Yeah.
and then
Suga's
Jin
gotta,
kisses
like,
the
play the
statue.
organ.
Yeah.
Yes.
V's gotta
lot's
be
happening.
unveiled from underneath a weird veil situation.
Right.
Jin's gotta kiss a statue, and then V's gotta be revealed
Yeah.
as the devil.
I
Yes.
forgot.
There's so much that's gotta go
There's a
on.
lot
forgot that
going
what
on.
was also adding to the lore was all of the like 1.5, 2 minute long solo
yes,
solo song
for
clips
all the
for
videos.
everything. Yeah.
Why is
Why is
Jimin in a mental
There's
hospital?
so much shit
Why
going
does
on
V
with
have
the
a
lore.
dog?
Yeah. The lore runs
Everyone
deep.
was having a bad time.
Yeah.
But yes, this BTS era was like such an interesting BTS era because it's like popular BTS, we have money.
Yeah.
But it's like pre blow up BTS.
Yeah.
It's like pre
like
insanity.
it's about
they're the
to
biggest thing in the world.
It's about to happen.
Yeah, this was like
God,
where it kicks off.
This
pretty
is
much.
like this is the era where like the K-pop fandom knows that they're huge. And
everyone
it's great.
and also everyone knows that it's about to pop off.
Yeah.
Because this is October 2017. Oh, 2016, sorry. It's about, and it's like, we're like, 2017 will become BTS's like blow up year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's about to happen, and like this just is like, well, what the fuck are they gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
It's insane.
Insane.
That era was such a wild time.
It really was.
It's just like so surreal watching this back. Like, oh my god, so much happened in 7 years.
It's been 6 years,
so,
almost
and
7
then,
years.
So
and then,
good.
of course, the next, for Love Yourself, Her, I still remember fucking Jake Paul's voice in the script section where they give the speech at the VMAs. I'm like, god damn it, Jake Paul's now etched in this fucking discography.
I know. Oh my god, I forgot about
Oh,
that.
yeah,
I
I
was
forgot
like,
that's on
oh.
the
Paul's
album.
on
Yeah.
the
Fucking
album.
Jake Paul.
Because they couldn't have had any other person announce it.
announce that award. It had to be fucking Jake Paul.
Although in the good news
Then
of
again,
things,
who
he's kind of
doesn't
irrelevant.
Then again, who doesn't skip those interlude tracks?
No, I think
Who doesn't skip them?
I do a lot of making a separate. If there's like an intro or an interlude track on an album, I will make a separate playlist without those on there.
Yep.
Well, I
they're
think most
not.
people do.
They're such a
Like
waste
for
of
Ed
time.
Hypen, I have to like go make a separate playlist without the
That's
just
not
Jake
just
speaking
Jake.
over an intro and outro track for a minute and a half.
Oh, poor Jake. I hope Jake gets paid extra for that.
I hope he does.
I hope he gets
he's
like the
putting in
little
the work.
commissions. I hope he gets like the Spotify royalties
Right,
when people just
right.
leave the album
Yeah.
on for too long. I hope he gets
I hope
those.
he gets.
I hope it
those
goes directly
extra
into
for
the Jake
intro
fund.
and outros that he's putting the
Yeah.
work into.
Whoever's listening
Hey.
to those.
He's due. Who again? Those have like millions of views on
They
there.
do.
Do they? Like
Just
one
because
of them?
people
will
leave
just
because you
loop-
leave the
People
album
just
on.
loop the
Oh,
album,
true.
so if they're listening to like a minute and a half long intro, it's like you can't be bothered.
Also, like if you just put the album on and you like don't realize if you're letting it play and you just don't realize it,
yeah,
the thing keeps going. Yeah, I looked up, and so in Dimension Dilemma, the one from 2 years ago, the intro track has 7 million streams. The interlude
God.
has 8 million.
Jesus.
Because if you just leave the album on, it will just play. But yeah, no, BTS absolutely thriving
So
in this
good.
era. Absolutely been thriving ever since,
Oh,
to be honest,
yes.
in terms of like
Clearly.
their lives. Thriving now
thriving
somehow.
now still while on quote unquote on hiatus.
BTS is doing more now than they were pre-hiatus.
I know.
So many fashion shows.
I know. So
much music, weirdly.
They're doing so much right now.
So much. Good for them.
Yes, that's been the top 10 songs of 2016. Very good year in music.
Woo!
I personally really like 2016 K-pop.
It was a
It's
very
really
good time.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, that has been the episode. We will have the worst list coming next week.
Yes.
We are available on all major podcasting platforms like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We also have a YouTube channel where we post all of our episodes along with fun clip videos every week as well. Yeah, and with that, we will see you guys in the next episodes. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.